Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll have a special episode. It's going to be a podcast format, no vlog today. And we will talk about 2024, we'll talk about this year, next year. Here's my friend Jonas.
Hey guys.
He'll be my co-host today. And let us know in the comments if you like this format, especially if you get any insights from this conversation. The idea was that we prepare questions for each other without telling in advance, so everything you will see will be unscripted. So I prepared some in my notebook. And to set the stage, Jonas, how was your day so far?
I know, it was super chill. I just relaxed, didn't do much. Very Sunday mood, chill, I love sometimes to do nothing, be lazy, just to reset and prepare for the next week. So yeah, nothing special. And what about yours?
Today was great because this whole week I wasn't feeling very well, like I was a bit stressed. And today in the morning I went for the journaling club my friend organized. And
yeah, I saw the stories.
Yeah, it was supposed to when she first time told me about this, it was supposed to happen on Wednesday. But I totally missed the update that it's happening it happened today, Sunday morning. And yesterday she texted me in the evening okay, looking forward to see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't plan it because I thought it's on Wednesday. But I thought, okay, if people show up on this kind of event to journal together at Sunday morning at 7:30,
Yeah.
I want to be among these people.
Yeah.
These are the people I want to hang out with. So in the end, it was a great idea. We were really lucky with the weather. It was a very beautiful place. And by total coincidence, when we were supposed to record a podcast about reflections of the year,
Yeah.
I had this warm-up in the morning to reflect on my own year, set some intentions for the next year. So it set a really great tone for the day. Do you want to start with the first question?
Yeah, so my question is, now that 2024 is almost over, what's the most valuable lesson you have learned this year? And how do you think it will guide you in 2025?
The most valuable lesson probably relates to my relationship with money. Because this year I had the burnout for the first time, and this year started on a very positive note. Like the company I was building was growing really fast, and we get our first clients relatively effortless. But then I was very, very greedy, and I was pushing for more, sacrificing the sustainable growth. And I understood that this was coming from my fears and from my anxieties rather than my desire to help others. And this brought me to the point which I'm still recovering from. The lesson which I learned is that to play long-term games and focus on the service rather than kind of chase the numbers.
Okay.
I think it's important to have clear goals because we live in a materialistic world, right? We need to provide for ourselves, for our families and everything. But I learned for myself that it shouldn't be number one thing. It can be number two, like a strong number two, but not number one.
You mentioned not to be too greedy and not to be number one. Can you expand here? What do you mean?
So one person gave me this very valuable advice. So when it comes to business, whatever I do something, find at least 3 reasons why would I do this, which are not for money. Now I would switch this to how can I do this happier? How can I have more fun and enjoy it more? Which is, of course, it won't be 100%, right?
Yeah.
But it could be the core value of the business which I'm doing.
So do you already implemented that? And if yes, how does it work?
I'm trying right now. The big focus shift and mindset shift for me right now, which I'm exercising, is to think instead of what I get, what can I give to others. I try to implement the same to my content on social media. I think many times when I post something online, I'm looking for validation. I want to say hey, look at me, I'm so good on this, or I'm so smart, or whatever, because I want people to like me. I want people to like what I post. And I'm exercising to shift from, okay, if I post something online, can someone benefit from this? It will take a long time. It's not like binary switch.
Yeah.
but this is something which I'm going to exercise, and even in my content planner, like in my Notion, it's written how others can benefit from this.
Okay, nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, and you said like you are seeking like validation and that people would want to like you. Did you ever like thought why? Why do you need that?
Of course, I'm thinking about this all the time. I don't have an answer right now. I think it's a combination of different factors, which is, I think, for me, even less important than just to be self-aware that it's there. I lived a few years on this planet, right?
Yeah.
And every day you live, it's like you have another layer, you have another story about yourself. You build your self-image. And yeah, it was a long process to create this person.
Okay.
It's going to be also a long process to reshape this person as well.
So what is your image now? You said like it was the long process to build this image. So what image did you create, and do you think like it's good to have the image?
Yeah.
Because it could be difficult, you know, like to keep that image.
So what I'm doing right now is to trying to detach from this and for myself become nobody. And all the major philosophies and studies about spirituality, they all some sort of come to this point that being no one is a proper liberation. Like, what was his name? Bruce Lee, he said like you need to become water. You put it in the cup, it becomes a cup. You put it, so water can flow, but it can also destroy. Now I see this phrase very differently. To become water and take the shape of whatever happens, you know. By no means I'm there. Small steps into this direction, but you know, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
At least you are aware about that, you know, so this is the first step. Okay, so you talked a lot about, you know, like lessons and so on. So how it will guide you in 2025?
You know, like pilots in the airplane, they have a checklist.
Yeah.
And side note, I'm like really obsessed about aviation and airplanes and everything. So
Didn't know that.
I like this pilot checklist analogy because every time they do something, they do like a checklist. And you can also, when you fly somewhere, it's like, okay, cabin crew cross check, so they check each other. So to have a cross check with myself about the actions which I'm doing and have this kind of principles, which are always going to change, but as of now, at least they have some shape. And when I do something, to just do the cross check. If I want to...
Of your principles?
Yeah, even this one principle. Is it for me or is it for others? And it's never black and white, and of course it's more complicated than it sounds, but it's just one thing which can make trajectory of my next decision different.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much for this nice question. So, my turn. So, you know, like sometimes we have, in retrospective, you know, like there is famous Steve Jobs presentation about connecting the dots. Sometimes we can only do this, not sometimes, we can only do it looking backwards. So looking backwards for 2024, what was a small decision or maybe like insignificant decision that shaped the year and which brought like big results? You know, like small decision which looked totally random when it was done, but it shaped your whole year based on this insignificant decision.
Okay, good question. Like the first thought that popped, so when I was planning 2024, writing goals and so on, you know, I made this huge list, and one of the goals was like to own 1 or 2 bedroom modern villa in Uluwatu. And it was like more, you know, it was more like, you know, at the end of 2024, I will start looking for the land and plan this, you know. And then 2024 hit, January, it was maybe 14, 15, you know, middle of the January. You came, you know, like I remember in the artisan, we have like breakfast. Jonas, we need to find the land, you know. This is the opportunity, we need to act now, you know, and so on. And I was, man, I need to focus on my agency, work on the agency, and maybe later we can do this. And you was like every day, no, this is the moment, this is the moment, we need to do it right now, you know. And I remember, you know, I was meditating and I was like thinking, you know, like, okay, I asked for the villa in Uluwatu, you know, universe is bringing me this opportunity and now I'm saying no. I need to, you know, like be more open and see where it will go. And yeah, now this 2024 is all about real estate in Bali, you know. So somehow we didn't end up like doing the project together, but I found another team, you know. So now we have like 2 lands, and it was a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
But yeah, like very small thing. I would never thought that this would be like the main thing of 2024, like real estate. So yeah, it's
good job.
Yeah. Thanks to you, you know. If not you, you know, like it would be different.
You know that you only attract what you have inside.
Yeah.
I have now, like, learning this lesson from Jonas. I have a similar intention for the next year to also do another project in another island in Indonesia. And I know, like, if I want it to be done in 2025, we need to start like January 1st. We wake up after a New Year's party. It's like, okay, we need to start scouting right now.
Yeah.
So that was the lesson. Cool.
Okay, let's continue.
Give me the juice.
Do you believe the people we dislike the most are mirrors of ourselves? If so, what have those people taught you about who you are?
Luckily, what you said about the mirror, like I've heard this phrase some time ago, and it kind of sticks to my mind that what we think about the other people, it's actually what we think about ourselves also. When we have negativity towards someone inside us, this person doesn't even know, right? And often it happens that we project this negativity to the people who are dear to us. For example, our partners, our families, our friends. One person frustrates us or annoys us, we take this negativity inside and then we bring it to other people.
Yeah, exactly.
And spread this negativity. And this person doesn't even know. And it can be like for years and decades and maybe a lifetime. I have this anecdote in my head is that, you know, like if you cut a lemon, you will have lemon juice. If you cut orange, you'll get orange juice. If you cut yourself, what will go out? So when situations like this happen, this is where our true selves come out.
Yeah.
You know, like what's Gleb's juice, right? And I feel challenged by these situations, and I feel, okay, this is like a proper challenge. Who I am inside. Is it going to come out toxicity, negativity, or is it going to come out tranquility?
Yeah.
But many things we do are coming from ignorance towards each other as well. I'm ignorant about so many things. And I think it's very helpful to at least try to remember that people are ignorant. But if it's a person who is important to you and you think that these behaviors harm your relationship, there's a book, it's called Nonviolent Communication, which has like a basic formula is that you say how the action of this person makes you feel and you ask this person not to do it again. And the other way around. Also works for positive thing.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
Good advice. Bring the juice.
Bring the juice. Here you come. What are you going to do differently in 2025? Is there any new method or any new approach you would like to apply and try it now, like when the new year is coming? Based on your experience, based on what you want to try, like what will be the special sauce when it comes to planning the year?
Okay, so 2024 taught me, you know, to love myself more. So maybe I'll expand a little bit more. At the beginning of the year, I was so like in routine, you know. I was waking up at 5 or 6 a.m., you know, like doing meditation every day, working out, like journaling, reading books, one book in the morning, one in the, you know, during the day, one in the evening. A lot of stuff. I was proud of myself and I felt how I was growing. And I did the challenge, you know, 75-day hard challenge, you know, like I did one. I felt like it wasn't that difficult, you know, and I liked to be challenged by myself, not by others, but myself, you know, because, you know, like sometimes I have these egoistic thoughts, you know, like maybe I'm better, maybe, you know, I'm tougher, maybe I'm something else, you know. So I really loved this and it was challenging. So I did 75 days challenge. I thought I can do it one more, so I extended. I did 150 days, like working out absolutely every day, meditating, journaling, reading the books, it was really challenging. I was proud of myself, but what 2024 taught me that after this crazy, routine, I burned out so much. And why it was? Because I didn't have enough self-love. Whatever I did, it wasn't from the balance and it wasn't from the love, but I need to prove for myself.
Yeah.
And there is a deeper layer why, I won't expand. But the paradox is, the universe works in the balance. So I was working out like 6 months like crazy, like 7 workouts, in the week. And then I had a burnout when I'm just now like getting better. And it took me 6 months to recover. I never felt like I was laying in the bed and didn't have any energy to get to the shower. So it was, crazy experience. But what it taught to me, be in the balance. In 2025, it will be like I wouldn't plan too much. I will try to enjoy as much as possible, Now I'm learning to find these edges where I need to push myself and where I need to rest and be thankful and grateful for myself. So I wouldn't say that this year I will plan like everything like daily, monthly, weekly, what I need to do. I will have like these bigger goals.
Yeah.
And then I will know like daily what I need to do towards them. So maybe that would be the main lesson and how I will like go through like 2025.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right. My turn.
No, it's mine.
Oh, really?
So do you think dreams are messages from your mind, windows into another reality, or something else? Has a dream ever changed how you see things? Basically just share, what you think about like dreams,
So like, what is the dream, right? Because some people think that like we're dreaming now and when we sleep, this is actually when we're awake. But let's talk about like proper dreams when you go to sleep in the night and what you see like. I think this is the opportunity for our subconscious mind, which is like operational system of the brain to expose, because our conscious rational mind is sleeping at this time. I pay attention to my dreams. I notice some things. I notice some patterns. I notice some omens, but I also take them as a messenger. I wouldn't still. I take my own decisions based on different sources of information, including dreams. But maybe to answer your question, I'm not ignoring them for sure. So I think dream is like really unexplored area still, and like scientists debating about this, what's actually happening, why we're dreaming. But what we know for sure that sleep is important. So kids, prioritize your sleep for your recovery, for your mental recovery, for your nervous system and body. And for sure, don't be ignorant that dreams are just cartoons which you watch in the night, right? I have 2 repetitive patterns which happen, from time to time. The first one is when I go back to school, and it's always the same. Like I go back to my school. By the way, for the record, my school was amazing. I didn't have any traumas there. I don't know why it's happening, but I go back to my high school.
In dreams.
In my dreams, and in the beginning, I'm just like go with the flow. I check the schedule, okay, now we have math, and we have biology, then we have this. And then I'm on the class, and I'm like, wait a minute. Not that I just finished school. I also finished university, and I'm a grown person, right? I'm working now. And I tell the teacher, like, what I'm doing here. She's like, no, you have to spend 1 more year here. And I was like, no way I'm showing up for biology tomorrow. Like, no way I'm doing homework. And then, like, it happened so many times. And the second thing, which actually makes way more sense for me, it happens that in a dream, I end up in a random place. Let's say I end up like I'm in Los Angeles, or I'm in New York, or whatever. Like I'm somewhere far away. It's always somewhere distant. Or I'm in Europe. Now we're in Bali. Let's say I'm in Europe, and I urgently need to come back, and I don't have money for the ticket. So this happens like from time to time, and I think like my anxiety about money is projected in this way because I don't know what exactly which actions take from this, but I'm listening, like I'm attentive. Okay. All right, now my turn for real.
Yeah.
So imagine now it's 15th of December 2025. what are you the most what you are the most surprised of? It's like, I totally didn't expect it to happen this way.
Okay, I think it will be related to like real estate because I'm really excited about that, and I'm sure that it will be like really nice projects. So yeah, I'm curious how it will turn out. So I think I will be very proud because I put a lot of energy there.
For me, it will be like, I think it will be related to AI because we see how fast things are changing and we are kind of on the front line. But I still think it will shape the world and the way how we do like daily tasks.
Yeah.
In a way which it's very hard to anticipate even right now.
Yeah.
I think in 1 year we will sit on some couch, you know, and just say like, okay, I knew things are going to be different, but I didn't expect that it's going to be that different.
But I'm also like curious, you know,
Yeah.
okay, if AI like will take over and the knowledge will have zero value, so how people will make money? Yeah, I just am imagining how it will shift. So
There are like so many things I could tell about this, but like I see this going to be like electricity. So basically intelligence will be available for everyone, but you need to find application for that. For example, like electricity right now has very little value as electricity. And the same is the same as internet, you know. If you don't have a tool to use it, what's the point of electricity if you don't have a lamp? So people will still do lamps. Electricity is available everywhere, right? But someone needs to build like the stove, someone needs to build the lamp and the computer as well, the camera. I anticipate like the rebirth or acceleration of offline businesses again. Because let's say if AI helps people to save time, they will have more free time. What are they going to do with this free time? Hopefully travel more, hopefully learn, reconnect.
But how people will make money? You say like they will travel more. Do you think like the AI will help like middle class to earn enough money to be like more free?
Every big industrial revolution created more jobs than it took. Years ago, before ChatGPT and when LLMs were more like research stuff in universities, people were saying that like blue-collar jobs are at the most risk. Like world-class experts in the field were telling that we have millions of people of blue-collar jobs who are at the most risk. Knowledge workers will be fine, designers, product people and everything, because what AI cannot do is creativity. And it turned out to be exactly the opposite. So creative jobs are more likely to be replaced. I don't know how the future will turn, but I know for sure it's going to be different.
It will be positive and nice,
Yeah.
for sure. Like we just need to adjust, you know, and work with AI, not against them.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Your turn. I always forget whose turn is that.
You have maybe many questions you want to ask. Okay. Do you think you give people the same level of listening and attention that you expect from them? Why or why not?
But it's a provocative question because you know the answer.
No, like,
He just wants to expose me in front of everyone.
No, just to challenge, you know, like you. I believe, you know, that's important to be like honest. And if you wouldn't want, you can, you know, you are the owner of this podcast, you can cut,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
the
like,
editor,
so.
I think it's important for me to be heard. It's important for me to be accepted. I don't know exactly why. I think it's related to the question which we also discussed before about that, you know, every single day we live on this planet, so every single experience we have, it's like a layer and another layer and another layer. And it's consequences and results of our previous experiences.
Yeah. But yeah, when I know you, you know, I think I asked this question because I think you can benefit sometimes to learn to listen more, you know. But it's interesting, you know, just how you like see yourself, you know, and how you can like benefit from that.
I definitely have some blind spots, and it's good that you, for example, highlight this. And in general, I think it's important that like friends share these things with others. Some skills we have, some skills we learn, you know. I think self-awareness is a really important thing. Some time ago, I've heard how Joe Rogan how he became such a famous podcaster. And he has his own method how to talk about everything with the guest. And it's the same for Tim Ferriss, another very famous podcaster. And when you listen to the podcast, like 3 hours with, very, very high profile people like Elon Musk or presidents and everything.
Yeah.
And the conversation is just flowing. And I think like probably because of the guest, but no, it's about the host. Like the host is very well prepared. So they have their own techniques how to make a conversation go further and further and further, like asking follow-up questions. And because for me it doesn't come naturally, I'm using this kind of tricks to become like a better listener. Like if a person tells me something to me, I listen and say like, and how do you feel about it? And then they give me like more. So basically this is what podcasters and I think interviewers are doing. They just like ask follow-up questions. They use it as an algorithm, like as a system.
Yeah, formula.
But in the end, guest is happy, audience is happy, audience is happy, and it's a successful episode. So yeah, it's a skill which can be developed for sure as everything.
Another technique, like if you like would end up in situation that you didn't listen, the easiest way, for example, to say the same words as your person finished. For example, like you say like something and coffee, and I say coffee, and then you like expand more and more and more, so the person would share more details, Another thing, like there was a research, what kind of people are the most famous in school? Can you guess? Like what personality type or what they was doing? Like what type of people usually are the most famous in school?
Maybe good listeners?
Not good listeners, but the people who give like compliments. So just compliments that other people would feel like more positive and inspired.
Yeah, for sure.
So
especially if it's sincere.
Yeah.
About the coffee point, there's like one trick. If you worked in a corporate environment, probably you'll relate to that as well. Like if you're on a corporate meeting and you're like so bored and you feel like people forget about your presence and somebody's showing slides, you can say like, excuse me, can you please come back to the previous slide? Like maybe you make a note. Okay, thank you.
So yeah, exactly.
So people think like, what's going on? He's like so engaged.
Yeah. So you can adapt this in real life. Yeah.
Or let's say like, it's like and for example, 50% went to this market and 50% went to this market. It's like, do you mean that half went there and half there? Yes, that's exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Work on projects when you're sincerely interested. Spend time with people who are sincerely interested and treat them the way they deserve and give them attention they deserve.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for being like vulnerable and sharing.
Thank you for pushing.
Yeah.
For challenging me. I think this will be the last question from my side, and it's also going to be like a punchy one. So. Yeah, do you have some sort of a bucket list or at least like high level some things which you want to do, but not from point of view of like whatever, like get a land or something like exciting which you want to do and try, something which will, little Jonas will be happy?
I would say that I don't have this bucket list. Maybe years ago I did. But now, if being like also more like vulnerable, I think I'm stuck in working a lot, and not enjoying the life. And I always I was burned out big time, and I said to myself, okay, now I will have like holidays for 2 weeks, like doing nothing or exploring, but zero work. And I said this like maybe 2 months ago, because I really was in the bad shape. I didn't have the holiday, like every week there's something happens and I think I must solve this. So I think I'm in this pattern, in this loop that I convince myself that I need to work a lot. Everywhere, I don't go like to parties to meet new people because I'm stuck in this pattern, in this loop that I work a lot and I need to achieve like everything, So yeah, something like that. But and then, for example, regarding relationship, I met one girl, which changed this perspective. This is my pattern that I need to get out, and I will try to focus more and more. To just enjoy more life, and experience more life because now I'm just stuck, in this work.
But still, I want to still challenge you. Any experience you want to try,
So yeah, if you would want to challenge, I think it would be like scuba diving with sharks, but involve like boat and somewhere traveling as like Komodo trip that we had. So something similar, just to escape, you know,
Yeah.
and like enjoy like beautiful nature and be surrounded of friends, beautiful people, and so on.
The first point in bucket list, make a bucket list.
Exactly, exactly, yeah. Okay, my turn, yeah. So it could be the last question, yeah. What do you think is the greatest illusion or lie society teaches us about happiness and freedom? And how can someone begin to see through and unlearn it?
The first thing is that you need to work for your happiness. I think this is something which I deeply damaged by, you know, that we need to work to be happy.
Yeah.
And I think the truth is that it starts from happiness, because when we are babies, we're always happy, you know. I never seen a baby in a bad mood, you know.
Yeah.
Babies in a bad mood because they want to eat or they want to toilet, you know. But they're not stressed because of politics, or babies are not stressed because of the weather or something like that. So, which is an indicator that we are born happy. And it's way easier to say than to really believe in this. Which brings me to my second point, is that people think that we need to do something, and I also a victim of that, of course, to become someone. But I think reality works the other way around. So first you become someone, and then you do and have things which you want to do.
Yeah.
It starts in the way how you set up yourself. It starts with the way which vibrations you share with the world and others, and then it comes to action.
We absolutely have everything inside us. It's just hidden by like past negative experience, you know, like we are just afraid of doing the same things that hurt us. But if we would like go beyond that, there is happiness, there is like peace of mind, there is like, I don't know, like wealth, absolutely everything, you know, like we just need to come back to ourselves. So what you just mentioned, you know, like instead of saying I want to become, you know, like a healthy person, like fit person, I am, you know, but we are like everything what we want to be, you know, it's here, we already have.
On this beautiful note, we can wrap up the pod.
Yeah,
I think it
Thanks,
was amazing.
man.
Thank you so much.
It was beautiful.
But before we leave, let's give some homework to the audience. So if you like this video, write in the comment the answer for this question. What is your belief about yourself, about the world, which you're not taking with yourself to 2025?
This was the concept, you know, of random questions that we prepare to each other. So maybe you have some question, you know, that you want to ask Gleb or me. So it would be really fun and interesting, you know, to hear more questions that would challenge, you know.
Love this idea.
Yeah, so...
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, tell us what you liked, what you like to hear more. Subscribe to this channel, and see you again very, very soon with new videos.
Okay.
Bye.
Enjoy your life, beautiful people.